I'm going to tell you about these major changes that are now live on the Master Chief Collection on Xbox and PC, and trust me guys, you won't want to miss these changes. Let's get started right now. What is up, Walrus Squad? I'm PhantomWalrus, and if you want to keep up with all of the latest Halo news, tips and tricks, and a bunch of other Halo-related stuff, smash that subscribe button and click the bell so you don't miss any weekly Halo videos. We've got some major updates to get to, but let's get started first with the playlist updates, and the first one up is Social 1v1. They have removed the Magnum secondary from Halo Reach head-to-head based on community feedback. The developers have stated that this playlist is used for Team Hardcore warm-ups for Halo Reach, so they wanted the 1v1 playlist to better match the Team Hardcore playlist in Halo Reach Ranked. Next up in the Social 4v4 Team Slayer option has been replaced with Precision Slayer and Auto Slayer. Now in the past, these two have been combined into one single section, but the developers say they fully understand that different players have different preferences here, so now we want to offer players choices over their starting weapons and experiences. So in the new Precision Slayer playlist, that will now include weapon starts of DMR, BR, or Magnums. The Auto Slayer playlist will include weapon starts of AR, SMG, and Halo 4 loadout starts. So now, instead of just the social playlist being more weighted towards AR starts, you will now have the option in social playlist to choose whether you want to start with the DMR or precision weapons or start with the AR or SMG. So again, I think this is a great change for us because it's giving us a little more opportunity to fine-tune exactly what we want to play in the social playlists, especially when it comes to Team Slayer and weapons that we choose to start with. Another pretty big social playlist update is in the Social 8v8. For the King of the Hill variant in Social 8v8, they've reduced the hill movement timer from 120 seconds down to 90 seconds, and reduced the score to win from 250 down to 200. And they didn't really state why they made this change other than the 120-second timer was just a little longer than they had liked. So they took this opportunity to adjust the variant, I guess. Another change is they have replaced territories in 8v8 with 3 plot territories on the map Tempest. And probably the biggest change coming to Social 8v8 right now is they have rotated in experimental AR starts category containing AR start versions of all the core Halo Reach 8v8 map and game variants. This was discussed briefly in the last update, and overall it doesn't seem like the developers are fully supporting this, but they're doing it because they received enough community feedback that enough people want to try it, so they said, hey, here you go, give it a shot, we'll see the feedback and see how you guys like it. They did state that if it receives mostly positive feedback, then it can be put into a permanent playlist in the future. Personally, I don't think AR starts are a good idea for Social 8v8 simply because people can control the power weapons, and when you start with an AR, I feel like you would get dominated long range before you even have a chance to fight against vehicles or pick up your own weapons. It just kind of sounds like a mess to me, but anyway, we'll see how it goes. It's now live on the Social 8v8. Next up, the update addressed a pretty hot topic in the Halo community, and that is whether or not they plan to include a map veto or voting system for match-made multiplayer games. Now, the veto system used to be in the MCC, but they removed it back in the fall of 2018 for various reasons, and one of the major reasons was they asked themselves, how can we get players into games faster? They also noticed that players would get frustrated because a lot of times the same maps and the same game modes would get vetoed over and over, and that would cause more people to quit and just kind of a snowball effect, if you know what I mean. They believe that players were more frustrated with the veto system than they are now. And in fact, they are concentrating on how to get players into games faster. So for now, they claim that they don't plan to add a map voting system or a veto system, which I know a lot of players would want that, but honestly, it's probably the right move for right now is to not add that in, just because they're trying to get people into games as quickly as they can. And with the overall player base, especially on PC, starting to dwindle, I think getting players into games fast should be their top priority. This is probably the right move here. So for now, no veto system on the MCC. Halo players have also given quite a bit of feedback over the progression system, this new system that's been released with Halo Reach last month. Many people have expressed their thoughts and feelings toward it, some positive, some negative, and this particular update addressed some of those concerns about the progression system. They realize that players want more balanced medal values across games, faster progress, and they want to have more choice in how and when they can unlock those items. They state that in the near term, they will be increasing the medal XP values for Halo 3 and adjusting firefight medals and caps to better align with the expected match length. They said they'll also look at bumping the performance and teamwork XP caps and the XP awarded for teamwork medals. Additionally, they said they're investigating how they can make those armors that you spend your hard-earned season points on, how you can unlock those in any order that you choose. A lot of people have said that they don't like the streamlined order that's set now, where you have to exactly unlock everything in this particular order, and it might be something that you really don't care to have. They did note that a lot of players don't like that system, and they said they will address things in the future, whether that's the near future or the long future, who really knows. They also stated that challenges are coming in the medium term. But they state that adding challenges will allow flexibility for earning XP and rewards in scenarios that are not currently supported, such as campaign games and custom games, in addition to matchmaking. Honestly, all this update really told us is that they acknowledged the players' feedback about the progression system. They know what the players want, but doesn't sound like they're making any major changes to it anytime soon, unfortunately. Which is understandable. They have a lot on their plate right now. They got a lot of games to crank out, baby. Additional features that they state are going to be coming to a flight time soon, which means all the flight really is. It's just a time where they release things to the public and see how they respond to them and gain their feedback from it. But they have a crouch move behavior in place for mouse and keyboard on Halo Reach that they say feels promising. And in addition, they have added the ability to remap text chat and added the ability to toggle push to talk with a remappable key. Now, these aren't features that are out yet. They said look for more details on these features in future flighting updates. So we don't really have a timeline when we're going to see that stuff, but we do know that they will come eventually. Next up, we have matchmaking updates. And one of the big changes that was announced a couple weeks ago in one of their last updates was the addition of featured categories. If you're unfamiliar with featured categories, I'll provide a link to my last news video from just last week about featured categories. It gives all the details. Click that link on the top of your screen right now if you want to learn more, but I'm going to move on. I'm going to assume you know what featured categories are. So starting right now, we do have a featured category available within the match composer. And this new update released the number of February MCC events that they have planned. Each and every week will get a new playlist within that featured category. The featured category right now, running through February 5th, is a Halo CE anniversary featured category. It will rotate in for Halo Reach and 4v4 Social. Halo CE anniversary game settings emulate Halo Combat Evolved and are paired with classic variants of the anniversary maps. So pretty much what it is, you'll be playing Halo Reach, but it's going to have the Halo CE anniversary settings and features, things like that. Also coming in the month of February in that featured category will be Shotty Snipers, Power Slayer, which if you're unfamiliar with that, it grants players temporary power-ups for getting kills, and you get different power-ups for how you got the kills, whether it's a headshot, beatdown, things like that. And as we're already mentioned, the Big Team AR Star experimental category, that's running now through TBD, they say, because they're going to gauge the community's feedback and see how people like it, and then decide from there if they implement it in a permanent playlist. Now, additionally, throughout these featured categories, you're going to get the ability to unlock new nameplates each and every week. So they'll have a winter contingency event coming up, a Valentine's event, as well as the Black History Month event, each of those with their own nameplates that you can unlock. So I actually think these are a great step in the right direction, because we're going to get these featured categories, which will be a great way to experiment with unknown or unfamiliar game types for a lot of players. And each and every week, we're going to get these new events that will allow new unlocks for every player. I think it's a great idea. I love it. I think it's a fresh way to get back into Halo and to, strive for something that you can actually unlock. That'll be really cool. Additionally, it's pretty amazing the amount of feedback they've listened to and absorbed. Trust me, if you have a complaint about this game, chances are they know about it. But they did list several things that are actively in development. Once again, there's no exact timeline when we're going to see these things, but they are aware of them. They're working on a progression system improvements, including challenges, like we mentioned earlier. A message of the day will be coming to PC. The push to talk option for PC, they'll be adding a option for open mic and support for controllers. Text chat improvement, like we mentioned earlier, and stability improvements and bug fixes, of course. Those are in the short term. But trust me, you guys, this article is packed full of all these top community reported issues. They're aware of many audio issues, stuttering, menu performance, screen tearing / VSync, aim assist, as well as several other things. They're definitely aware. They're doing a good job of taking notes and being aware of what the community is complaining about and taking steps towards fixing them. That's a step in the right direction, in my opinion. Now, the biggest update that many of us want to hear about is when is Halo CE coming to PC? Well, unfortunately, we don't have an exact timeline on when that's going to be. They stated that they ran into some different issues that have delayed the flighting phase of Halo CE for PC. Sometime, hopefully in the near future, they plan to do community testing for Halo CE. If you're signed up for Halo Insider, you could have a chance to play Halo CE first. So if you're not already, I recommend signing up for Halo Insider. It's free, just give them your email, and you could be chosen later on to be a part of their flight test for Halo CE and the other future Halo games coming out for PC later this year. So again, no confirmed release date for Halo CE on PC, but they did state that we should learn a whole lot more about it in next month's update, so I'm guessing it's probably at least 2 months away before we get Combat Evolved on PC. Now guys, this update covered a lot of ground, but tell me, which one of these updates interests you the most? Let me know in the comments right now, you guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you want to see more Halo news videos in the future, click my profile picture on the screen right now to subscribe. And if this is your first time seeing my channel, click on the video to see more great Halo content. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video.